Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media. We're on day 2 at Breakbulk Middle East in Abu Dhabi, and I am joined in the studio by Mandar Apte of Technip. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mandar just finished a micro seminar, one of our very intense on-the-floor workshops about managing through turbulent times.
Difficult times.
Difficult, okay, all right. Hard nonetheless, right? Tough times.
No, I deliberately avoided using the word turbulent because there is a similar book, a book on the similar topic called Managing Through Turbulent Times by another author.
So we want you to be original. So, all right, difficult times. So let's start by characterizing what that means. What are causing these difficult times? What are the stresses in the marketplace?
Well, at this point of time, my presentation was more focused on the Middle East region, and obviously the most important reason that is causing difficult times is the oil prices. The oil prices have gone down up to 25%, from 100% to 25% in 1 year. Now they have risen a little bit, but it has caused a lot of change of strategies in the organizations. A lot of jobs have been lost.
Many.
And the organizations have started thinking differently. And this is a flux. As a result, a lot of assets and people are impacted by this. So it is very important to manage the organization and people in these difficult times.
What was your advice for that? What would you say are the key things that people need to keep in mind to be successful as much as they can in this managing through this time?
Well, I presented this seminar not as an expert but as a fellow traveler of the audience. And I divided it into 2 sections. One is the organizational section, where I proposed a few strategies like cost cutting, efficiency improvement, and the second one was personal, where I proposed some strategies with like open communication, the humanitarian aspect, the relocation, and so on.
From a manager's standpoint, how can people, how can you help reduce people's fear? I mean, I think a lot of it probably comes from the fear of the unknown.
Right.
We're not sure what's going to happen. So what do you recommend to help sort of stabilize that? Because it's hard to work when you're frightened you're going to lose your job.
Right. And the first strategy of the personal part is communication. Communicate with your employees, be transparent, explain the situation, explain why you are doing what you are doing, make them a part of the process. Even if that process includes firing of a few employees, make them a part of process. If they cannot decide on what to do, at least they can contribute in suggesting how to do.
Okay, that's good. And what advice do you have for employees perhaps that haven't seen the open communication from their managers that you're recommending? What can an employee do? What's the best way to approach your manager?
Well, it depends on the organization's culture, but generally I am a very staunch supporter of open communication, both ways, from the manager to the employees as well as from the employees to the manager. So if your manager is not forthcoming, you go and ask the manager what is the situation. Be open with him. Express your willingness to be part of the process as well, because this works both ways. But at the same time, it is also important that you do not go over the board and try to be a leader of disgruntled.
Right. Yeah, that probably won't work. So as you look ahead, say over the next year or two, do you see an improvement coming?
Well, oil prices are something which is not only driven by the demand supply. There are a lot of geopolitical factors which impact the oil prices. So you can never say whether it will happen in 2 years or 1 year or maybe early next year.
Okay.
When the oil prices were hovering around 30, 40, nobody expected them to cross 100. when they crossed 100, everybody expected them to cross 200 and they never went there. So it's highly volatile entity, and you can never really predict where it will go and how long it will take. However, the best strategy is to adapt yourself for the worst period and gear yourself for the good times whenever they come.
All right. Thanks so much. We appreciate that.
Thank you very much.